hello, hello. Yes, in this class, I want to give you 3 irrefutable reasons to go vegan if you want to, of course, okay? Here it's all about your choice in life and your choice in food. And I'm going to be using my glasses when it comes to giving you some data. And the first reason, we're going to dive right in, is number 1, for sentient beings, okay? For the well-being of animals. Guess what? All animals that we have eaten, because I've been vegan for 11 and a half years so far, and I can't say that I didn't eat animals before, and products of animal use and abuse and all that I don't love to talk about at all. I want to talk to you about the good parts, the positive ones, that start with love, with compassion, which means that if animals that we have been exploiting just for a taste, in my opinion, because, we've been really mean. We have not been kind. We've been cruel, okay? So it's like sentient beings means practically all animals, like cows, pigs, chickens, all the animals that you know about, okay? Excuse me. That's okay. That's like the disruption that I'm doing here, because I'm also recording it for my podcast to launch at some point. And I have something like in the middle, an obstacle here, but we're going to work through it, because I want us to work through the 3 irrefutable reasons to be vegan, okay? And I start with animals and compassion because I know that I'm an advocate for life, and it doesn't matter our past. The important thing is right now. Do we want to be loving and compassionate towards animals? If we know that those animals feel as much as we do, as much as our dogs and our cats that we love so much, that they feel pain, they feel love, they feel insecurity, they feel doubt, they feel grief, okay? We know that because we've seen it in many videos, and you just can't deny reality. But of course, you decide what to do, and most people would rather stay where they are. But I like to evolve. I like to do something better for myself, for animals, and the planet, and that's why I'm here. And I hope that this is something that I can do and manage around here. But okay, yes, I am spontaneous, and I said I'm going to record it anyway, anyhow, just now. 0 excuses, and with 0 excuses, I think we can just stop eating animals, stop eating anything that's derived from animals, especially because, let's say, milk and all the dairy, we don't need that anymore. It's really, really cool. The industry is not what we thought of, that we were made to think about, or that we were programmed into thinking it was all nice and cute. No, it's not cute, and cows are not happy in the conditions that they are. And so it's like, from the heart, I'm telling you, we can make a huge difference, even being vegan 1 day at a time. Even if you just do Meatless Monday, you're making a huge difference and contribution to the world and to these animals. And I'm going to stop right here because many people don't think about fish. One of the last things that I was eating before going vegan was some sardines and some eggs. And though my dog still eats some of that, you see, nobody's perfect. We're all making our contribution the best way we can. I'm telling you that fish is happy. The fish, all fish, even crabs, lobsters, and all that that's been boiled alive has suffered so much. Cancel, transmute. Let's change that. Let's not do that anymore. Those animals feel, okay? So if you consider that the fish feel, being taken out of the water, it's like, okay, they can't breathe anymore. They can't even be happy. They can't be themselves. They can't be in nature. They can't be spontaneous. They can't be in their natural habitat. Why would you want to take their habitat away? Why would you take them out of water? And we've done that as humans. We haven't been very humane, have we, to animals? And so, I'm not going to keep talking to you about the cruelty, but you can find that out on your own and watch the awful videos. I can't even watch them very long, because it's like when you see the animals actually crying and suffering and being in such pain, it's just like, why do we do this? And we're doing it to ourselves, because as we'll see later, because this is all about energy. At the end, I'm going to talk to you about energy and all the positive things. And yes, I'll give you a hint of what's next. We're going to talk about your gut and why it's important. and supreme to be a vegan now. Could you please stop? My dog likes to do that, especially the moment I decide to make a very important class in this case. And I want to tell you that from the heart, I feel for my animals like I feel for myself. It's like if she's a little bit anxious, I'm like, Vika, stop. And maybe she'll stop for a while, and then she'll keep doing it until I stop doing this and give her attention. It's like, you know, if we're really humane, we're going to care about the animals just like we care about our pets, and really to stop, okay? And yes, again, it's been proven that we can make a difference just doing meatless Monday, zero meat, zero dairy and eggs, and you know, they take so much time to digest, they won't even give you that high energy and enthusiasm and love and just health and wellness that we all want, you see? So yeah, by stopping the cruelty, we get so much better, and I'm going to give you many tips, because even happier we're going to be when we do that. Less depression, less anxiety, less acne or zero acne, zero asthma, by the way, when we quit dairy and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm doing my best here. I think you can see me, right? And you can hear me because I'm recording at the same time. And hopefully Rika will, apparently, she stopped. Rika, I love you. I'm doing this for you and for pigs who are accordingly more intelligent than dogs, for instance, according to science studies and everything. It's like there's so much information out there you can look and gather, and there's so many journals that I've looked through when it comes to number 2, which is, and yeah, you can look up everything you want. What is sentient? And thank God that now it's being defined worldwide, not just in the US, but in Europe and everywhere. Excuse me. I'm checking the microphone to see if it's connected right. All right. It's like, it's proven. It's like, if animals feel just like we do, why would we want to inflict pain on them? I mean, if you're like me, you'd never meant to cause pain to anyone, nor to animals, did you? I know, so it's not your fault. It's not, but it is our responsibility to make a change once we have the information, because I didn't have the information. I didn't know about all this that I'm telling you about, that animals feel so much and that we've been so cruel. All right, so number 2 irrefutable reason to go vegan is for your gut microbiota, okay? I think you can read it there. Let me check, and just in case I can, yeah, for your gut microbiota, that means probiotics, okay? Probiotics are basically LAB, which stands for lactic acid bacteria. Those are our good microbes that keep us healthy, and not just our body, but also our brain, okay? Because there's a gut-brain axis that I talk about in my programs, and we go deep into the study of all these microbes. But what I can tell you is that when you're vegan or plant-based most of the time, like I say, it's like you're going to be feeding those probiotics with the right foods. And guess what? They feed off prebiotics. And I'm not talking about the supplements they're commercially producing, because they may be good, but nothing is better than eating the natural prebiotics, which are, guess what, in fibers. Fibers, yes, fiber power is precisely the power that you have when you eat more fiber. And something important that maybe nobody has told you, maybe your doctor or nutritionist hasn't been emphatic about that. Maybe I can make this a little bit more comfy for me, excuse me, so that maybe I can just stand up here. This is a little bit uncomfortable, but you see, I know that I may make you a little bit uncomfortable when I talk about certain things, because, you know, sometimes we're like, ugh, any change is uncomfortable at first, but then, you know, it becomes doable, so then it's easy and beautiful once you're doing it. It's like I can't even fathom eating anything that's not vegan myself, because I've been at it for so long, and because I've really noticed in my body that I love it, and my gut microbes are happy, okay? Those lab bacteria like bifidobacteria, like lactobacillus, all of them are super happy when you feed them fibers. And guess what? What nobody has possibly told you, maybe if you watched some of my videos and my podcasts, is that, guess what? Fibers are not present in animal products. They're present in vegetable products, meaning that it's the animal kingdom that's not in, I mean, yes, you're going to see many blog articles telling you that salmon is good and this and that. I don't believe that. As a biologist in holistic nutrition, I can tell you that that is totally debatable and controversial. And I want to talk about something that's irrefutable, is that fibers, like vegetable fibers, I mean, yeah, it's like redundant if I tell you vegetable fibers. I mean, fiber, whether it's soluble, insoluble, or like we call it now, fermentable or non-fermentable, aids your digestion, your elimination, your thought processes, your focus, even, you know, even when my dog is being herself right now. And I'm like, couldn't you save that for when I'm not doing this? But it is what it is, and right now I'm gonna go through it and keep going because I don't wanna stop myself from telling you the truth of what is in your food, okay? So we have all these fibers, maybe fiber types. We go deep dive into my programs if you wanna know more. But basically, when you eat more fruits, you know that, right? Some of those authorities are telling you not to eat fruits, and that's terrible because even our teeth are made as frugivores. We're basically made to eat fruit, not to eat everything else that they're telling you to eat. And guess what? It's like you're gonna feel so good when you eat that. Okay, but veggies, like vegetables that you may like. I mean, some people think that being vegan is eating salad. I'll tell you a secret, I don't eat salads, hardly ever. Not because I don't like them, they're good, but because I'm usually very practical. In fact, I teach practical nutrition. Okay, I know I'm a little distracting sometimes, but it's okay. This is not a test for the university or something that I have to be perfect. Okay, how's this? I'm like in the middle of the screen and talking to you from the heart that seriously, when you are like me, you have high energy, you want to feed yourself high energy, not a bunch of lettuce that is basically water. I mean, of course I can eat lettuce and we can eat lots of delicious watermelon, but we don't have those watermelon juices that are full of sugar or sugar added. That's another story, okay? I'm not talking about sweeteners or, I mean just sugar. Sugar is sugar. Sugar is refined sugar. No, I'm talking about natural sugar, meaning fructose, that comes with the fiber, therefore it doesn't have a result in your blood sugar to have that crazy spike or anything like that. No, you have stable blood sugar levels because of the fiber. So that's one of the reasons to go vegan if you want to prevent diabetes or even manage it better. And sometimes you'll just get off the medication. Same thing with cardiovascular benefits, and it all really comes from the gut. So again, by feeding yourself the right foods that are full of fiber, and hey, let me talk about legumes. It's not just fruits and veggies. It's legumes like beans, like lentils. I love, peas and all kinds of beans that you can use for soups, for dips. Just eat them regularly or without any preparation that's excessive. I mean, you can really basically do something like I did yesterday, and I told my friend, hey, because she says she can't cook very much, and I'm like, hey, look at me, just the peas, okay, I added some chopped onion, and okay, some salt, and I boiled it until it was ready, and then what? You let it cool, and it becomes a dip. It's just amazing what you can do to eat more legumes. So if somebody's discouraging you from eating legumes, please check out their, maybe not credentials, because they may have credentials, and I have mine, of course, yet I'm originally a biologist, and I studied holistic nutrition as a graduate degree, and besides all the tons of certifications that I have, including as a life coach. And my point is that it doesn't matter if they're authorities, like I say, it's like, let's think for ourselves. This is something that I'm always emphasizing in everything that I talk about, because you don't have to believe me, but check out the truth of what's in your food, okay? So the more fiber you can get from legumes, you can get them from nuts, you can get them from grains that are whole. Yes, oatmeal is great when it's like the old-fashioned oats with all the bran and everything, just like brown rice. Excuse me, I'm moving this a bit because this is like the most, just to get this lighting, let me tell you, because that dog that was distracting me. Rika, I'm just going to tell you a really quick story because I love dogs and we're talking about compassion, that if we love our dogs, we must love our pigs. So don't eat any pigs of any kind. It's like the other day I was at a party. This is another story. And I ate something, I'm like, oh, this is something with pork. I could just feel it. And I just took it out of my mouth and I didn't know, and I just kept it and I gave it away to somebody. Just like, I really don't want any of that stuff in my body. I just want to be part of the change. I want to be part of the revolution, or just the solution, okay, to be more kind, because we're going to do so much more than just feeding our gut. But yes, when you have a healthy gut, you have everything, okay? And legumes, nuts, and yes, some people will discourage you from eating oatmeal, or they tell you, oh, you can't eat gluten ever. That's not true. Okay, it all depends, because you may have a condition or you may have a certain belief, and I'm not going to convince you not to. And I don't really eat much gluten. Most of my food is brown rice with beans, which is so good, and I'm hungry already just by thinking about it, that I love. So when you eat more beans and nuts and fruits, you're going to get all the fiber, and fiber is basically your prebiotic to your probiotics. Okay, that is a real point. And yes, whenever... because I was going to tell you something about her. Yeah, she broke the extension. She ripped it. Like, I don't know, she chewed on it or something. So then I couldn't use my lights. And I'm like, ah. So things happen, you know. But I'm so grateful and thankful to my dogs. And they have a great gut microbiome also, microbiota to be more exact, that hopefully has many trillions, okay? And this is something that I'll leave you with, this little fact, is that the more variety and the more quantity of these amazing good gut bacteria that I told you about, like lab, if you have 100 trillion, it's much better than having 1 trillion, okay? I go for 100 trillion, I may have it, and there's many theories, like you gotta eat at least 30 plant varieties in a week, and it's like, who does that? It's not easy. But let's simplify our lives and know that just by eating more fiber, your gut is going to be so happy. And of course, this is something that I teach in my program. You can do it one step at a time, and you don't eat all the fiber at once, because then you're going to have a little tummy ache, or maybe it's going to be a laxative for you because you've never eaten fiber. You will have 0 constipation, 0 colon cancer, or any disease. Okay, let me move on to the next. Here's number 3. Okay? 3 is another irrefutable reason to go vegan. Number 3 is to feel good now and for life. Okay, now and for life. Yes, write it down if you want. Why? Because if you're like me, you want to live, but not just live. You don't want to be dependent. I want to be independent. I want to feel good and prevent all these diseases, okay? That sometimes we talk about, like cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all that could be prevented by being vegan, okay? And I'm going to give you some facts. So it's real health and high energy, just like you feel me right now. This is what it feels like to be vegan for the rest of my life, okay? Because it's going to be 12 years very soon, and I don't know when you're watching this video. It just feels super good to be vegan and to be a part of the solution. Now, I do have some data that I want to read to you. Oh my gosh, my glasses. I'm going to need my glasses to do that. Anyway, there's, let's say 600% more people going vegan. That was like 4 years ago. So now it's like 1,000%. It's something that's growing. And you can correct me on the data. I found my glasses, but I'll give you a little bit more information. So for your health and for the animals, you decide to be vegan and you're going to feel super good, okay? 42% less risk of heart disease, like heart failure. You can be more productive. You do more with excellence when you are vegan. You rejuvenate more thanks to the antioxidants in fruits and veggies, as you know. You know, like all the vitamins and antioxidants like beta-carotene, like lycopene, like, oh my gosh, cryptozanthine, and so many others. Yes, 0. It's like if you eat 0 meat, you have 0 cancer. You don't have to believe me, but you can check out the data, or you can ask me, or you can take the course and I'll give you the data. 20% decrease in the risk of death. Oh, there's a really good article, and that's on Eat This, Not That I used as reference for many of these. Yeah, so strong bones, forget milk. I mean, cow's milk doesn't work. In fact, it made people have osteoporosis. Unfortunately, we got all the promotion, you know, that's BS. We can get all the calcium we need from kale, just veggies, and strong bones, you know, from the exercise you're gonna do, and we're gonna talk about that too in the program. Definitely, we're gonna diminish the risk of arthritis and all sorts of inflammation, because that's the thing, when you actually take care of your gut and you feed it the right prebiotics, meaning the right food for your probiotics, you're gonna have something that is amazing, is that practically zero inflammation. When you have less inflammation, you have less disease, basically. And that's really interesting. We also do a deep dive on that, because maybe the disease is not caused by certain, the germ theory, we can question that. And as a biologist, I question it now. All right, and I have all the data and all the information, including a book that I'm reading with Don Lester, and oh God, it's like 1,000 pages, super interesting about that. All right, so fruits and veggies are all we need for strong bones, strong muscles, more energy. Remember what I told you before, that when you eat like heavy things like dairy, eggs, meat, all that requires more energy, and so there's less energy for your brain, less energy for your muscles to work. It's just that you won't have this vitality that I have at all times while I'm awake. It's amazing. Did you know that 4 billion people would be fed? 4 billion would be fed if we stopped giving our crops to fatten the animals. What? Yep. Yeah, that's amazing. And about the water, 80% of the water is used up by U.S. agriculture. So, you know, if you look at the less pollution aspect as well, it's like we can save animals, thousands of it, just by becoming vegan, and we stop the cruelty. At least we do our part. It's like, seriously, like I asked you, it's like I urge you to, I suggest, okay? It's my suggestion to you to do whatever you want, and you do whatever you can. And like I said, it's like if you take a course and you start being vegan once or twice a week, fantastic, you're already making a difference. That's the point, you guys. We can do something and make a difference in our lives and the lives of animals and many others. And you know, when we look at this and say, oh my God, one animal was saved, when I see those amazing people that save pigs and they have these sanctuaries for cows and hens and chickens, it's just, God, I wish I could do something like that. And I'm going to contribute as much as I can, because those are beautiful acts of kindness and love and compassion. Like I said, for me, that's like the #1 irrefutable reason to go vegan, just for them. Did you know 18% of all greenhouse emissions are from animal agriculture? So it's not about driving too much, or, you know, that you have to use a bike. My baby. Rika, shh. Please, quiet. I'm going to be done in a few minutes. All right. So, vegan sculpt profiles are top-notch with less disease and more protective bacteria, what I told you about #2. Eliminates diabetes, basically, to be vegan. Much happier. We're going to save rainforests. 91% of the destruction of the Amazon, guess what, is by animal agriculture. It breaks my heart. I can't believe it that we're doing this to our planet. And we could save all these animals like tigers, orangutans, and monkeys, and the beautiful birds. It's like, wow, all we can do just by being vegan, you guys. Yes, I know you're human, and so am I. It's not easy at first because you don't know how, but I'm going to teach you in the program. So get in. Zero excuses, and it's super deal. It's like a great value that I'm giving you. Everything is so delicious when you're vegan. You're going to find more and more options now to eat everything that you love. Pizza, burgers, everything is vegan now. So it's like, what? Could be better than that. And if that weren't enough, you're going to sleep better, high quality of sleep, less stress. And we're talking about doing experiments in studies and surveys in, 620 people approximately. That's a lot. And so, I'm getting a call. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, and I'm so happy to have finished what I said I would do in about 25 minutes, which is what I had calculated for this. All right, so let's recap. number one reason is for animals, because we're compassionate. We know they're sentient beings, all of them, including the fish and the seafood. Okay, it's not just food. It's like animals are our friends. We don't eat our friends, do we? I don't eat my friends. Maybe you're my friend. I'm not going to eat you, nor eat your young. Okay, nor keep you away from taking care of your young like they do to cows and basically pigs. I don't even want to know too much more. Like I said, it breaks my heart. It really does. But we don't do that to friends, okay? So let's be friends. And okay, that's the number one reason. If you have a heart, you're going to go vegan. At least once a day, once a week to start with. Okay, deal? Seguro? Vamos, let's go. Number two, definitely for our gut, because it's the prebiotics, meaning the fibers that only come from plants. So it's plant-based, what's going to give you your best gut. They're your best, like I said, top-notch. The best gut profile, you're going to get it from eating plants, all from plants. And it could be just nuts, okay? Like I said, I eat mostly like brown rice, beans, nuts, seeds, olive oil, coconut, that kind of thing. I just made a delicious granola, and I can show you how to do all that in the program, okay? I'm gonna give you many recipes, even for vegan cheese, that is so simple and so delicious, and I'm also making, by the way. And yes, just having that great microbiota, tons and beautiful bacteria. And last but not least is the fact that you're gonna have more energy because you're gonna have zero disease, you're gonna have more longevity. Did I tell you or did I forget? You're gonna live longer because you don't have all these diseases to kill you. And you're gonna live better. That's the idea. So, zero excuses, now you know. So, eat more plant-based towards vegan is my suggestion to you. And I'm gonna do a little happy dance. Yay, we finished, yay. I'm cheering for you because you can do it, and I wanna help you, okay? Let's do it together. Now you know what to do. Okay, click on the link to get into my program and DM me. I'd love to help you become a vegan from now on. You can do it. Yay! I'll be your coach. Thank you.